Hi, everyone. I hope this finds you all well. I am sorry for the lighting, but I have really spotty internet at the moment. I think it's because of the fires. As you all know, there have been so many fires here in Arizona, but at least you get to see Bubba. uh, so there is a fire that is 20 miles away, and it's called the Raphael Fire. And I thought that was interesting because Archangel Raphael is the angel who is in charge of healing, acts of healing. And the name Raphael actually means God who heals. And so I have been praying for healing and for rain. I think we really need both at the moment. So, you know, it's been interesting. I read that during wildfires, the nutrients from the dead trees are all returned to the soil, and the whole becomes enhanced, right? Because everything is level and the ground is exposed to more sunlight, and it really allows the seeds released by the fire to sprout, right, and grow new. And really cool, there's this phenomenon called the super bloom, right? Where the land becomes filled with wildflowers. And that's what Oliver says is happening to us right now. We are all in the midst of a super bloom. And so, in all honesty, it's not really much fun, right? Going through the stages of transformation, but the bloom is totally awesome. You know, many times there really needs to be that clearing, and that can feel scary and it can seem heartbreaking. But after we clear what no longer serves us, we sprout new seeds that are more aligned with who we really are. And it's a beautiful thing. You know, last night you could see the fire from my home. I'll attach a picture. It looked so close. The picture that I'm attaching is actually from my front yard fence. And as it got darker, it looked scarier and scarier. And so I went on my back deck, and it looked awful from there too. The fire had actually come over the mountain, and it was making its way down. And you know, I've learned to do two very important and valuable things when I need to understand the difference between my fears, false evidence appearing real, and when I'm afraid. There's some actual threat present and I need to take action. And the first thing I do is breathe, right? Because spirit comes in on the breath. And the second thing is I try and get a clearer view. You know, sometimes this looks like sitting with the love of my soul to process the emotions, or sometimes it looks like leaning in a little, right, to get a closer look. And I have found that I can't typically trust the view without that breath. And so last night, after I took that breath and came to center, I knew that I really needed to go and check it out and get a better look at what was going on. So I hopped in my car and I drove toward the highway and in the direction of the fire. And when I got there, I realized from this very different vantage point, it was so much farther away than it actually appeared to be from the front yard of my house. It was like a mirage due to the elevation and the mountains, not even really sure. But at night in the dark, when that puppy was lit up, it was scary and it looked close. And there are a lot of things, illusions that are happening around us right now. And truth be told, a lot of those going on inside too, some that are being reflected in our outer experience. And our triggers in life are that same way. They can be a call for a closer look, some action, or they can be a great big nothing, a mirage. Either way, it's always a call for love. But I've found that clarity is what makes all the difference. And whatever is needed, it comes through best in our connection to spirit. And this really helps us gain balance and even more clarity so that we can feel more confident in knowing if we can trust the view or not, maybe, right? But either way, it allows us to proceed with peace or take appropriate action, whatever that looks like for us in the moment. So close your eyes for just a quick second and take a breath with me. And another. Feels so good to just take a breath. Are you aware of the power of your breath? One small conscious breath has the power to connect us really to our own divinity. We're never alone. Oliver says making that conscious choice to take that breath or succumbing to the subconscious pattern in any given moment can change the entire trajectory of our life. Consciousness is a choice, and it starts with our decision to really take that breath. And it feels so good. It just felt really good to take that breath for a moment, right? In my opinion, partnering with spirit, our own divine nature, is really the best way to move through our life. It's the partnership with spirit that helped me create such feelings of love and compassion for myself and others, and helped me develop a sense of self-worth that honestly previously was pretty foreign to me. And it continues to grow as I do. And I now live my life with more flow and certainty and so much less fear. And, I continue to develop a better understanding of who I am and what I came here to express. And honestly, I've never felt so inspired to get to it. And we all have the ability to develop this connection. It's our divine birthright, and it's powerful, and it reveals to us our soul's purpose for incarnating here. And you know that this is a subject that's really close to my heart. And because I teach what I most need to learn, Oliver and I have created a course called Soul Source Realization. And in this class, I'm going to be teaching a process of fifth dimensional healing of sorts. Healing in the third dimension slows the rate of speed at which we heal, and it really increases the amount of resistance and suffering we experience. And healing in the fifth dimension, it starts with the heart, and it really increases the speed at which we heal, and it reduces the amount of resistance, and it just feels so much better. Um, and once we make this heart-based connection to our very own force of source, and work, do the work to remain there as best as we can, right? Meaning connected, in a state of flow. I believe we don't need to really go to the mountaintop and stay there all day to connect. We're meant to create on this earth. I think we need to be connecting as we go all day. It needs to be something that we're connected to here pretty consistently. And when we do, we don't have many questions that matter because we see things much more clearly and have the tools that we need. And so we get those confirmatory knowings that, oh, we're headed in the right direction or we're on the right path. And, we all want sweet clarity, and it can feel so elusive in some moments, sometimes for days, weeks, months, especially in times of chaos. And in this class, we're going to be doing some deep dives. I like to dive deep into the spiritual realms. However, no prior experience is necessary. We're going to definitely start with all the basics and work our way through. We will give you lots of tools to help you learn how to divine your own guidance and tap into your own wisdom. And then we're going to take you even deeper with it. And it's awesome to really be able to get your own personalized answers and the next steps on your journey. It really allows us to move forward with more confidence. And this is a really important piece. I think everybody wants more clarity and answers that are specific for them. Wouldn't you love the opportunity of obtain clear direction right from your own soul source? It's good stuff. And so I really do encourage all of you to take personal responsibility for your relationship with spirit, whether you do it with us or not. We'd love to have you, but it's just important to take responsibility for your alignment and your vibration and your health and well-being, for the love you give and receive, for your sense of peace and joy, passion and appreciation, all things that you want to feel in your life. And in order to do that, I believe we have to take responsibility for the choices that we've made and continue to make. These choices don't define us or anyone else. They're experiences that really help us learn and grow. And our view of them, good or bad, is just a judgment. If we don't like a certain behavior, we can observe and correct without that ridicule of ourselves. So take responsibility for really being kind, loving, compassionate, and supportive of yourself, because you all really deserve it. These do feel like apocalyptic times. Michael Beckwith says that an apocalypse is a lifting of the veil. And Oliver agrees and says that it's intentional and for the highest good of all concerned. So take a peek beyond that veil. It feels really good to have clarity in these times and know that we're exactly where we need to be for the evolution of our soul. And when we turn inward, all the answers will be revealed in perfect time. And, Oliver says that we are all really powerful creators. So how could it be any other way? And honestly, best of all, most of the time, it's just so much freaking fun. I love it. It's what puts a big smile on my face, or one of the things anyway. There's lots of them. There's another right there. We have to do what brings us passion and makes us feel good in life. And something that makes me feel good is to offer you a really great special on this class. So if you bring a friend, we're going to give you $100 off the cost of your fee. And this will run for the remainder of the time that enrollment is open. So don't think you have to rush to find a friend. You know, this work is fun and amazing to do by yourself, but I do realize that, you know, to do it with a friend and enjoy it and mutually support each other through it would be even better on your journey to empowerment. And this class will run on Tuesdays beginning July 13th from 7 to 9 p.m. and 4 to 6 Pacific, and it runs for 6 weeks. And the class, the last class is on August 16th. And we'll be together for a total of 12 hours, and all the sessions will be recorded, so you don't need to make it live to enjoy it. The cost of the program is $399, $299 if you bring a friend, and that's a killer deal for an in-depth 12-hour class on how to develop your intuition. All the details are in the attached flyer. So let me know if you're interested or if you have any questions. I would love to connect with you. This was really fun. I hope it helped. Thanks so much for tuning in and take good care. Bye for now.